Well, the 8 of you find a spot that has a whiteboard next to it. And then I'm going to stand on this side of everyone.
I'm sorry.
Oh, stand by one of the rows.
But everybody else gets to try too.
There's one down here, whoever needs one.
There should only be one person per row. Okay, sorry. The way this kind of came up is a camp that I worked at, the waterfront was like a 10-minute walk away from the cabins. And you were always told as counselors that I had to stick with your cabin the entire time. And I would always have like some kids that wanted to walk really slow and it would take like 15 minutes, and then other kids that wanted to run and get there in 5. And they never, like, no matter how I tried to keep them together, I couldn't. And then when he gave us this project, I was like, oh wait, I can combine 2 different things together. So I'm going to teach you guys all how to, instead of like, so we're going to use the rope to keep you guys connected, but I'm going to teach you all how to tie a one-handed bowline, and that's how you get yourself connected to the rope. So if everyone that's kind of sitting around here, you guys want to stand up. And I'm going to be a mirror, so don't follow my hand. Like, I'm going to tell you to use your right hand, but I'm going to use my left hand. Does that make sense? So I'm going to be a mirror. So you want to have about 3 to 4 inches of rope in your right hand. And then everything else can just be dangling off on your left hand. Okay? But 3 to 4 inches just free on your right hand. And then you're going to take, and then everything you're going to be...
So the ones that are tied to this rope, the long one, the loose end is the one that's attached to the green rope.
Yes, so if you're already attached to the rope, that should be the looser part of the end, and then your right hand. So, yeah, you're good. You're perfect. Okay. And then everything you're going to be doing is going to be from your left hand back to your body. Okay, that's the area that you're working in. It's from your left hand back to your body. So with the 3 to 4 inches, take your right hand and cross it over the rope. And then you want to twist your wrist back towards your body. So you're making the rope is going to make a loop around your wrist, kind of. You should make a cross. So take your right hand, cross it over the rope, and twist it back towards your body.
Like this?
Yes. Okay? Take your right hand, cross it over the rope.
Under your arm. Over the rope and under your arm.
Over the rope, but underneath your arm. Yeah. And then twist it towards your body.
Through your...
Yep. That's okay. Okay. Take this hand, just cross it over. Twist towards your body. Yep, keep twisting, and then stop. Perfect. Okay? And then with roughly the 3, so then you should have the loose end still in your left hand, the 3 to 4 inches still should be free in your right hand. Then you're going to take those 3 to 4 inches and you're going to go underneath the part of the rope that's in your left hand. Just twist it underneath and then re-grab that rope. So just twist the part that's in your right hand underneath the rope that's in your left hand. And then re-grab it. That's all you should do. So it's just one little twist. And then pull your right hand through the little loop that you created around your wrist. And then hold on. Hold on to both parts though. You should never let go.
So you take the rope back to your
Yep, you should be holding on to the rope. Pull it through. Yep, there you go. Pull through. And then pull it tight. And then it shouldn't move once you got it.
Let's do it. Hold on a bite.
It doesn't move.
Do you want help, Taryn?
If it slides, you did something. Yeah, slightly wrong. So then the idea would be in your cabin group, you could also, so it would be a way to like, especially like at the beginning of the week if your group isn't working on staying together at all, and you have like some that run off and some that don't, this is a way to keep your group together potentially because a lot of times younger, so this would be like maybe for older elementary, the very younger middle school kids, but telling them just to hold onto a rope or put their hand on the shoulder of the kid in front of them. What I found a lot of times is they stop doing that partway there and then they spread out when there's the tetherball or the tire swing or anything else to see or a friend, then they stop doing it and then you lose them. This way, like don't do it for the entire week because it gets way too long, but potentially it's just a way to start that off. Also, you can turn it into an activity that can tie into a Bible verse that we're going to do here with you guys in a second. So Adrian, when I tell you to go, could you do me a favor? Sure. Can I have you grab that red balloon and then bring it to me? Does that sound good? Yeah. Cool. When I tell you to though. And then Gloria, can I have you do me a favor too, please? When I say go, can I have you grab, Jen, can we use your water bottle? Is that okay? Can I have you grab Jen's water bottle and bring it to me, please? Awesome. Okay, go.
Work with me.
Got it.
She
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
guys.
Give yourself a round of applause. And if you guys want to untie yourselves, then you guys can sit down, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about it. So the nice thing, yeah, thank you guys so much. So the nice thing about bowlines, if it's tied correctly, bowline knots are meant to be extremely tight, but no matter how hard you pull on them, you can always undo it by just pushing on the loop underneath it. So there's a little loop that if you just pull on it a little bit, and then it automatically should come undone. You can never pull it so tight that it'll never get undone.
So we asked one person on either end of the rope to go grab something. What happened? Were they able to do it? Yeah. What would have happened if they both tried to go for their objects at the same time?
It would have been tug of war.
It would have been tug of war.
Exactly.
Yeah. They would have gotten pulled in a bunch of different directions because when one person on one end goes one direction, everybody has to come with. We're all attached. So Michael and Jen and I, none of us are physically attached right now, but we are all connected because we are all children of God. So in John, in the New Testament, Jesus says to his disciples in chapter 15, I am the vine and you are the branches. So in fact, we happen to have a green rope that looks like a vine to use for this activity. And everybody that was attached were the branches of the vine. And they were all connected. There was no way for one of them to go one direction and the other one to go the other direction without affecting everybody else in the group. And we think that this vine metaphor is great to think about our relationship with each other. So we've all seen vines, right? Like on the sides of houses or in the garden. We all know what they look like, and that's why Jesus used a lot of natural metaphors or agricultural metaphors, is because the people he was talking to, they knew what he was talking about, they knew what it looked like. So it's very visual and visceral way to get a message across to use a metaphor like this. So we are all part of God's community. We are all connected to each other. Everything that we do affects other people. And that's a lesson that when you're doing this with kids, they will learn in a very visceral way. Even if they're not tied to a rope, they may be hanging onto the rope and trying to pull one direction. And it affects everybody else. So that was a message we thought we could use with kids. And especially if you are using this strategy throughout the whole week, this vine is a reminder every time you pick up the vine and you call it the vine. They're reminded of this idea that we're all connected. We're all part of a larger community. And we also thought...
Yeah, when I learned this nodding yesterday, 2 days ago, it's like, for me, it's like the fidget spinner. I did a lot with this ball. And then I think that when I apply this way to like the desk or any other thing, I cannot, because I need to wrap my body, and then I need to use my arm like this. It's like, for me, it's like wrapping is myself, but I also by wrap my Holy Spirit, and then I can learn the practical side of this nodding for my life saving, but also I can connect to the life source. So there's every time I choose how the knot, I can make a knot very close to my body or the far. But I'm also chosen by this knot when it is completed. So that is the kind of message of this way.
Another way you can use a metaphor or create discussion and connect this to people's lives, campers' lives after they go home, is to talk about how their community here at camp is connected to other communities, larger communities. So yeah, they're connected to each other here at camp because they're spending a week together. But they're also going home to a congregation. That's one big vine, many members on one big vine. And every congregation is part of a synod, is part of the ELCA, which is a national level, is part of the global church. And there's a lot of ways you can use that metaphor age appropriately to explain how this one camper here is connected to the whole church all around the world. So that was another cool lesson, cool discussion, I thought.